government totally sucks, you motherfucker. The government totally sucks. Ben Franklin was a rebel indeed. He liked to get naked while he smoked on the weed. He was a genius, but if he was here today, the government would fuck him up as righteous A.
What is up, everybody? How are you doing today? Oh, great, good. That's awesome to hear. I'm doing good. How about you, Shane? How are you doing?
I'm doing great, and I almost responded the first time you asked.
I know. I was like, he's going to say something. I better say something right now. Oh, so, the government. Aren't they great? Let's not get into that discussion.
I was going to say, before we get into that, I want to do some house cleaning, because we always say, interact with us, we'll interact with you. And this has gone on a little bit. On our top 5 bands, we actually have 2 comments.
Yes. Get to that.
I just want to get into that. I have them pulled up here. One is from Mike Dixon from Simply Your Device. Go check out his channel. You know, he's one of the people on the road to 1,000, so go check him out. Give him a subscription. He talks about tech and all that. But anyways, his list, in no particular order: Led Zeppelin.
Hell yeah.
Rush, because Tom Sawyer. Deep Purple.
Very good.
I never heard Deep Purple.
Yes, you have. Smoke on the Water.
Oh, okay. Tool
and other great songs. Tool's great.
Perfect Circle.
Yeah, they're great.
Is that same band or
no?
Same people? Oh, okay. And not sure what does this. Whatever. Sound City Soundtrack. Never heard of them. I know Motion City Soundtrack. I don't know if Autocorrect got them there. But yeah, Sound City Soundtrack. But he said, keep it up. Love the podcast.
Thank you, sir. And
yes,
love your live streams.
Yes, they're always fun. And yeah. And then another one from Colton Goodman.
Mr. The Amazing Colton. Wait, no, it's
the
The Amazing Goodman. Sorry, Colton.
He said, we both had some good picks for our favorite. Josh, we have a similar taste in music. Here are my top 5. Metallica.
Hell yeah.
Black Sabbath.
Hell yeah.
Megadeth.
Yeah.
Zeppelin.
Hell yeah.
And Breaking Benjamin.
Yeah, they're all right.
Okay. They're the type of they're the band for me that somebody annoying in my past really loved them, and just because I thought they were annoying, I could not like I couldn't like their music.
I get that. I get that. Yeah.
I have nothing against them.
I never got into them.
I mean, I could probably sit here and listen to Diarrhea Jane all night.
Yeah.
But to name any other song they ever sang, probably I wouldn't be able to do that.
Yeah. I feel you.
Okay, but with that out of the way, let's get on to this episode, Josh.
Yes, so you said I was talking about the government, which has nothing to do, well, it kind of has something to do with our topic, but conspiracy theories. What conspiracy theories do you 100% buy into and why? First off, Shane, do you have any conspiracy theories that you kind of buy into? Or that or even if they're like fun conspiracy theories that you kind of like, yeah.
I mean, not any that are like jump out at me right now.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I'm not more prepared for this. Maybe reading this list, I'll be like, okay, yeah, I'll buy that one. Or most of them I won't buy.
Sure.
But you know, that's the type of person I am.
One of my favorite ones is that Elon Musk is actually an alien trying to get back to his home planet.
Okay, yeah, I mean,
I love that one. But no, there are a lot of good ones out there. Like the Holocaust, that happened. People who say it didn't happen, you guys are fucking stupid. 9/11, it happened, people. Like it was. Yeah. It's not something to fucking, regardless of what you believe.
If we're going off that, then it's not. I guess not a conspiracy theory, but when people on Facebook be like, I can't believe I just said it like that, but they're like, people think the Titanic was real, and it's like
they'd be like,
Titanic wasn't real. It's a movie, and it's like, no, you idiot. It was based on true events. Like,
right. Okay, let's just roll right into this. Disney's Frozen is only titled like that, so when you type Disney Frozen, the movie comes up instead of conspiracy theories. Okay. Like about Walt Disney's head being frozen, you know? And this person commented, "Oh my god, the most memorable song is Let It Go. Meta as fuck."
Well, because I know at the beginning it was supposed to be like Ice Princess or something, and they changed all the story around because they want Elsa to be the bad guy and all that, but makes sense, though.
Yeah. BuzzFeed employees post questions on Ask Reddit and then make articles like top 10 conspiracy theories most people buy into. You know what? That's probably not that far off, though, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Well, my internship, when I had downtime, I had a laptop. I feel like BuzzFeed, just because I could get to it, because it was at school, so like some sites are down. I didn't feel like trying to do the go around, but BuzzFeed was like my summer that year. But I haven't gone to the website since.
During Hurricane Katrina, the Murphy Oil Refinery in St. Bernard Parish, just outside of New Orleans, had a container rupture and leaked oil on a lot of the surrounding neighborhood, including my grandparents' and aunt and uncle's houses. After the cleanup, the land was deemed uninhabitable, and the oil company was able to purchase all the land for very, very cheap. Many people that were affected and in the area believe that the oil company did it on purpose, and I tend to believe them. Well, it's not really a nationwide known conspiracy, but hey, that sounds like they did that. Pope John Paul I was assassinated for trying to uncover corruption in the Vatican Bank. He's the only pope whose body was cremated, and I believe it was done to hide the evidence of being poisoned. Wow, that's very interesting.
Was he the most recent John Paul?
I don't know.
I'm not Catholic, so I'm
I don't
sorry.
know.
I apologize.
Yeah. Let me look it up real quick.
The oil spill, I would probably tend to believe it now that, businesses now, but...
Yeah. So he died September 1978.
Okay, so not the one I'm thinking of.
No. Cosmopolitan and other similar magazines intentionally give out bad advice so their readers won't get in a relationship, which makes them keep buying them for advice. See, I could see that one.
Well, yeah, that's more like also I think it's Bo Burnham's song. I forget what it's called, but it's like buy the magazines I'm in that tell you to hate yourself, and then buy my songs that I tell you to love yourself.
Mm-hmm.
I had a stuttering moment there, people. I do apologize, but
I see.
Yeah.
The CIA killed Marilyn Monroe because Kennedy had been disclosing classified information to her. Yeah, that could be true.
Yeah.
That could very be true. Considering all the stuff around Kennedy and how he may not have really been killed by Harvey Oswald, you never know. Boneless wings are just overpriced chicken nuggets. Well, I mean, hey, why not?
Yeah, if you think about it.
Planned. Oh, no, wait. What? No, I'm not reading that one. The English were absolutely moving arms into Lusitania. That's why they dropped a shit ton of depth charges on the wreck 30 years later to destroy any evidence. Any British people out there, you might get that. I don't. Trader Joe's parking lots are terrible and small to make the store seem like it's always busy. Okay.
Yeah, like, I don't know if it's going around where you live, but like a couple of our stores around here are remodeling. Like a Burger King by my work, like demolished the whole building. But like Aldi's, I feel like they made their building bigger, so it just looks always packed now. Sheets by us, like they took out a whole row of gas pumps, so it just, if you try to get gas, it's just a pain in the ass, just because there's less pumps and there's like no place to park or anything.
Really?
But they made the store bigger. Because they probably make more money on their food. But anyways, go ahead.
Yuri Gagarin, I can never pronounce his last name, the first Russian man in space, was not the first man in space, but the first man to live through it. I've heard a lot of theories about that that Russia sent a lot of people into space before Yuri, and they never lived through it, and they just covered it up. That's a very, very common conspiracy theory. That's really widely believed. Christian Bale has a thinner twin brother he keeps hidden away who fills in for roles requiring a skinny Christian Bale. They each share one life. Christopher Nolan figured this out and told the world in the documentary The Prestige. I doubt that.
He just gained a bunch of weight for a role.
Yeah, he did.
I showed him to somebody and they're like, I don't know who that is. Like, it's Batman. Anyways, Old Batman. Anyways, go ahead.
Snapchat selfie filters get sent and stored to the NSA for facial recognition. That does not surprise me.
Well, the iPhone X, you unlock it with your face now anyways, so...
Mm-hmm. A huge number of conspiracy theories are pushed by the CIA, FBI, and other government agencies, especially the more insane ones, Flat Earth, Time Cube, etc., in order to discredit actual conspiracy theorists who have actual points. Think about it. The fact that people who question the narrative are on the same level as people who believe the world is flat and it is astounding. It is possible, in theory, that 9/11 was faked, while no observation of the world supports that the Earth is flat, yet we compare the two. It's a deliberate misinformation campaign that exists for the sole purpose of turning normal people away from questioning the narrative of mainstream news agencies. That's a very solid point. A very solid point. Crack cocaine was distributed by the CIA to African American communities in the 80s and today controls the poppy production in Afghanistan. That is true. Cocaine was distributed by the CIA to low class.
Wasn't it in the movie with Denzel?
Yeah, it was in that movie, but it was real though. Like they distributed cocaine to like the inner city and like low class areas, and what their end game was probably for the poppy production in Afghanistan. But they did that. Like it's been proven. Yeah. Facebook and Google are monitoring everything you type, post, and say. There are so many stories of people talking about, say, cats and getting ads for cat foods within an hour. They never search for cats or cat food, then or in the past. Just said the word a few times. Reply All did a podcast episode debunking this theory, but it all boiled down to was an email from Facebook stating they didn't do this. So, I mean, that doesn't surprise me.
Well, I mean, like, everyone has Google Home and Alexa in their house now. Like, I remember Philip DeFranco's wife tweeting out the one day saying, we were talking about buying our son shoes the one night, and the next morning, all my suggestions were about kids' shoes.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the devices are always listening because they need to, like, listen for, hey, Siri, hey, Alexa. So, like, okay, Google, like, they need to hear that, so they're always listening.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, what they do with that information is, what they want to do, but...
And I'm sure it's in the terms and conditions somewhere.
And it's really strange because my father-in-law just bought a Google Home for Christmas to put in his house. It's like, I already have a phone. They don't really need to hear me anything else other than my phone.
Yeah, exactly. Swiper and the map are in cahoots. Think about it. Swiper always seems to know exactly where Dora is going to be, and who is always telling her exactly where to go? Wake up, people.
Or the map just wants to snitch on Swiper.
Yeah.
Go that way. Get him. It's his ex-girlfriend.
Yeah.
Girl, yeah, get him.
Michael Jordan retired because of gambling. He made a deal with David Stern. That could be it. That could be true.
Yeah.
I heard another one saying that he was suspended for his gambling, and that's why he did that baseball.
Yeah.
I heard that one, which would, I mean, that could make sense. Lip balm makes your lips dependent on lip balm. Just seems the more you use it, the more you need to use it. Not sure if that's an actual conspiracy, but that's the best I can come up with on the shitty Monday morning. Well, hey, good for you. The Mafia is partially the reason why the Twin Towers came down as quickly as they did. I can't remember where I found it, but essentially when the World Trade Center was being constructed, the mob had control of a bulk of the construction companies involved. A bit of money laundering here, a bit of skimping on the fireproofing there, a bit of money for the inspectors to turn a blind eye, and the World Trade Center is ready to go. Of course, no one could plan for a 757 to plow head-on full of gas into a structure not fireproof adequately. Yeah, well, I guess, but...
Yeah, I'm staying away from that because I don't need anywhere on the internet me recording of, well, this is this and this is that. I'm just going to stay neutral on that kind of stuff.
Here we go. Here's the best one. Toby is a Scranton Strangler.
Yeah, so we already did conspiracy theories about The Office. But anyways.
Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was assassinated by the government. If you're interested in knowing, the link is... Also, there's a video and more, but okay, they weren't understanding it. Well, that's good, though. Whatever. People who say they believe MK Ultra was real were laughed at for being kooks. Sometime later, it becomes declassified information. Yeah, well,
What's that?
MK Ultra?
never heard of that.
Okay, we'll just move on. It'll take too long to
Okay.
explain. My dad is 100% sure that in about 20 years it will come out that the U.S. government has had a deal with companies like Microsoft and Apple that forces them to make a backdoor into every product they make. Every time we talk about surveillance, he says, just wait. They have had the keys all along. It goes back to the,
listening. Hey, U2 put an album on all Apple phones, and they said, "Oh, we can't do that."
First off, U2 sucks so bad. When it happened, I was so fucking pissed. I could not delete that shit fast enough.
Yeah.
And you know, like the little singer icon for like the music.
Yeah.
You remember like the songs? That was Bono. Like that silhouette. That's Bono.
I never knew that.
It really is. So they got something going on. Think about it, man. U2, man. They're all humanitarians, right?
Mm-hmm.
Apple. It's a natural fruit, man. Anyway, okay. Much of the current polarization and hate around social issues is, although self-maintained, triggered purposefully and amplified by manipulators in an act of destabilization of Western societies through social media. This applies to both sides, which are too complacent to see themselves. That's a little too technical sounding for me. Psychedelics are illegal not because a loving government is concerned that you may jump out of a third-story window. Psychedelics are illegal because they dissolve opinion structures and culturally laid out models of behavior and information processing. They open you up to the possibility that everything you know is wrong. Yeah, that could be it.
Yeah, I'm sure that's it. Sorry.
It's okay. Women's clothing industry is a conspiracy. Winter cardigans intentionally thin, so they have to buy more to layer them. No pockets, so they have to buy bags. If the men's clothing industry tried the same shit, I guarantee the global economy would collapse overnight.
Well, like, it's all like the fashion industry too, where you go to one store, you're one size, you go to another one, put like the shirt on. Oh, I'm a different size in this. So like I feel like a standard should be a standard for the industry, but nobody follows it.
No.
Or like, you make it a little smaller, or you make it a little bigger, but put the smaller number on it. So like, oh, I feel good because I'm a 7, even though if you go to another store, you're like a 14. I know it's not that big of a swing, but like.
Still, yeah.
Yeah.
That shit goes on, man. Michael Jackson was chemically castrated as a preteen, which is why his singing voice remains so high-pitched, and a major contributor to many of his other odd behaviors as an adult. I could see that. His dad fucked them all over.
Janet's okay.
Who?
Janet.
She was. I don't even think she was born when they started. If she was, No, she was born. Yeah. She was just really young. I don't know. It's just a whole. Their dad was extremely abusive.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying they're all normal. I'm just saying out of all of them, Janet's the most normal, from what I know.
Yeah, some of them get her tit all pulled out, What are your bets that since Justin Timberlake is doing a halftime show that she's gonna be a special guest and she's gonna like rip his pants down or something?
I don't know. I know everyone was mad that it was Justin getting this year's halftime show because of that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Person says I fully. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just saying. They announced who he's gonna be performing with, but I forget now who. But go ahead.
I fully believed with all my person that Princess Diana's death was not an accident.
Yeah, duh. Okay, Diana. That's conspiracy theory I subscribe to.
Yeah.
And like how the royal family made the boys walk behind her like casket. That was just uncalled for.
Yeah.
Because they're like 8 and they're like walking behind because their mom died. But anyways.
Football is heavily endorsed by the government. High schoolers who have dedicated the last 4 years to staying in shape, accept physical punishment, feed off your teammates. Son, welcome to the U.S. Army. Huh? That makes a good point.
And then in 50 years have CTE.
I completely 100% believe that Oswald did not kill Kennedy. I've read about 30 books on the subject and believe without a doubt there was a conspiracy to kill him. I still don't know with proof who did it, but I bet it was the CIA and the military working with the mob.
He read what 30 books. He has to know.
He has to know.
That's the end all be all. 30 books. That's a lot.
I'm sick of the globalists putting chemicals in the water that turn the frickin' frogs gay. I love that. There's a bar in Japan with several beer taps with no labels, and the bartenders are said to memorize all of them, but they're actually all hooked up to the same keg. Oddly specific one, but you know.
That's pretty good.
Starbucks employees purposely misspell, which they misspelled that, names so people will share their mistakes on social media.
Yeah, I get it.
And then somebody commented, said, former Starbucks employee, sometimes y'all were assholes and that was my only entertainment for the day. That seems pretty more likely. The free Wi-Fi at your local mall is a way to steal personal information from your smartphone and use for marketing. Surveillance cameras in stores surveillance cameras in stores, security barriers also track you. My local blocks all access from your carrier, demanding you use their free service. Less doors and a lack of physical clocks are used to keep you in there and not aware how long you've been shopping. Yeah, that's true, yeah. They don't put the clocks in there so you don't know how long you've been in there.
But that's more of a psychology thing and not
Yeah.
like conspiracy theory. Like kind of like how when you go walk down the cereal aisle, all the sugary ones are in eye level with kids, just so they see it. And Mommy, I want the Fruity Pebbles.
Yeah, that's it. It's all marketing.
If they see Life, they're gonna be like, I don't want that.
Dude, I fucking loved Life as a kid though.
Well,
I know most kids are not like
but
that.
it's not like Fruity Pebbles and Cocoa Puffs and
Dude, Fruity
all
Pebbles,
that other
man.
stuff.
What's your favorite cereal?
I'm boring. Honey Nut Cheerios.
Hey, that shit's good, man. Golden Grams though. Golden Grams is the way to go.
Okay.
You want to know something weird about Kirsty? She's only ever had circular shaped cereal. So Honey Nut Cheerios, Fruit Loops, Apple Jacks.
So she never had Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Never.
The one year, I think it was anyways, the one year that I was up with Alyssa at her college, her parents just kept buying her boxes of Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Like, then her friends graduated. We gave them a box of Cinnamon Toast Crunch because we're like, we just have so many. Like, we crunched some up for, like, shots and, like, put them around the rim. Like, we just had so much Cinnamon Toast Crunch that, like, we got sick of it. And then I don't think we have yet to buy it since we moved in together.
Nice. Weed was originally made illegal to give the U.S. government a reason to fill prisons with minorities like the African Americans and Latinos, and also the U.S. The U.S. is still trying to fill prisons because of the barely legal slave labor and for-profit prison system. Also, Bush did 9/11. Okay. The movie theater I work for is a front for a money laundering scheme. Well, that's very specific to use. I'm not going to read it. Walmart's security system is shared with the government because every time they have a nationwide search for someone, they post a photo of them leaving a Walmart somewhere.
I'll have to ask Curse about that.
Yeah. Facebook, Google, Apple, whatever are monitoring and storing everything you do and sell at the various government's companies. That's kind of true. Whenever you ask Siri something, whenever you ask her something, all of it gets sent to Apple. Like it gets recorded and sent to Apple for a quality assurance. Which I understand that, but at the same time, like, where can I hide a dead body? I've got this dead body. Where can I hide it? Like, that shit gets sent there, and like, they can only take so much of it as a joke, I'm sure.
Yeah, but if you feel like I don't know. I feel like they could also check what you asked before, and if it was like, what's the best apple pie recipe? Like, and not like, what kind of gun should I buy? Like, I feel like it,
Yeah.
Anyways.
It's no longer a conspiracy, more of a fact. Apple updates ruin your phone. Well, yeah. Duh.
Yeah, they slow down the battery. Or they do something to the battery. I forget. I'm a tech guy and I have no idea. I know Mike Dixon did a live stream, so go find his channel and Simply Your Device, and they talk about it. Which, I was watching that, and people were like, well, it makes my phone slower. I had an Apple phone, or yeah, an iPhone since the 4, and I did every update, and every 2 years I get a new one. If it takes an extra second for an app to load, I'm not gonna be, oh my god, this is taking forever. People need to calm the hell down and just, wait the extra second. Like, it's faster than what you had in the 90s, so deal with it.
Yeah. Avril Lavigne was replaced by a doppelganger. She is totally
Yep.
not the same person. I haven't heard much about that one, and I just started seeing this pop up.
Oh yeah, that's been a big one for a while.
So what's the thing of it?
I think right after, I think Girlfriend got popular, she died, and they replaced her with, I forget, I think another singer or something, because they're like, oh well, her eyes are too far, or like a different way apart, and like some of her facial features aren't the same, and I don't know. And like you can see like meet and greets where some celebrities like let you hug them or give them a high five. She like everybody always has to be like 2 feet away from her. It's like the most awkward thing to see any meet and greet photos from her, because like she's standing there and the other person's just standing there, because you can't really do anything like being 2 feet away from somebody.
Yeah. Maybe God's just punishing her for marrying Chad Kroger from Nickelback.
Well, they divorced, but
I know, but she
anyways,
still married him.
apparently he has an enormous package, but
Oh, well, whatever. Nickelback still sucks. Anyway, Pedogate. There's 7 billion people in this world, and many rich people and many sick people. So I believe there's gotta be some amount of rich, crazy people with sex dungeons where they hold sex slaves and no one can do anything because they're too powerful. Human trafficking is real. Sex slavery is real. And there are people who hold other people captive in their basement. Duh. Everybody knows
well,
that.
there's that family that trapped all their 17 kids in their house.
Yeah, that just happened, yeah.
I mean, it wasn't for from what I know, not like sexualized, but like they
Well,
got
like, they,
one
like,
meal a day.
shackled
They
them
showered once a month or something.
Yeah, and they shackled them to their beds and stuff. And,
Yeah.
like, the kids are so underdeveloped. Like, the oldest person's, like, almost 30 years old, and she looks like she's, like, 12.
Yeah.
It's really creepy. And, like, they're kind of, not, like, majorly, but enough to where you notice that they're kind of deformed. Like, she doesn't look, their breasts are small, like a 12-year-old's or something like that, They're not, like, developed like you would expect a 30-year-old woman's to be. It's just, it's really fucked, man. And the dude looks like he's wearing a mop wig, so there's another thing. The reason why you can't bring liquids behind security at the airport is so they can sell you a $3 bottle of water behind security or a $5 Coke on a plane. That makes sense.
Well, it's like you go to Disney World. Can you take anything into Disney?
I think you can bring it outside. Like, you can bring in water
Okay.
bottles and shit, yeah. The New England Patriots dynasty coming into existence immediately after 9/11 was the NFL, America's means of brainwashing citizens to love the USA. Pretty bold statement. Fuck the Patriots. Go Packers. And the Steelers. Screw the Steelers. Phone companies program your phone to fuck up, so you have to get a new one. Martin Luther King Jr. being assassinated by the government. So that one. 9/11 was an inside job. That person's username is Jar Jar Phantom Menace. That's awesome.
I love Jar Jar.
The Fresh Prince is Will Smith. Never see them in the same room together.
SNL just did a funny skit with that.
Really? In
I
Star
found it
Wars,
funny. You probably won't.
in Star Wars, the Force is actually an alien race that is using telepathy to control the weak-minded Jedi. The Empire is actually trying to destroy the Force and free the galaxy. That's cool. The Titanic being an insurance scam. There was a ballistic missile threat over Hawaii, but the government neutralized it over the ocean. Then, in order to keep the rest of the U.S. from going into a frenzy of panic and rallying for retaliation, or not, they played it off as a mistake. They take the fall as being dumb and fucking up, but save a whole flame war and hysteria from all of America.
Yeah, you can say that, but I feel like the only country that would come from would be North Korea, and I feel like they'd be like, "We did it.
Yeah, they would.
You did something to it."
They would take. I'm sure they would
Yeah.
take full responsibility for it. They would love to
Yeah.
nuke us. Donald Trump didn't actually want to be president, just ran to further push his name and his brand. But now that he won, he just has to go with it and is really unhappy, which a lot of sources out of the White House say. Yeah, well, we're not getting into that one.
Well, my favorite thing is he said in the '90s that if he ran, he would have Oprah as his vice president. And now there's all that talk of Oprah. Anyways.
Okay, this is the last one because we're at about 30 minutes here. The Earth is flat, and I can prove it. The fuck? There's a bug in here.
Wait, what did you just say?
I said, what
Before
the
the
fuck?
bug thing.
Okay. The Earth is flat, and I can prove it. If you take a map, which is representation of Earth, and make 2 points, draw a line connecting them, what do you get? Boom. A straight fucking line. If the Earth was a sphere, how can you get a line? Oh, Reddit. You never fail to.
When I walk outside, my shoe is flat. It does not curve. So, Earth is flat.
Yeah. How about all those snipers who, in the World War II and stuff, who had to adjust for the curvature of the Earth? Nah, they're just showing off.
They want to look smart, okay?
Yeah.
Oh, this is highly trained, skilled. Anybody can do it. I need to. You gotta do the curve of the Earth. Anyways.
Shane's trying to be funny. It's 9 o'clock at night, people. We're both pretty fucking tired.
Yeah, it's been a long day.
Okay, so thank you so much for listening to this or watching this, whatever you're doing. Let us know your favorite conspiracy theory and why do you wholeheartedly believe it. Tune in next time when we have a subject to talk about. Hey, we don't know right now, but you do when you listen to the next episode.
But listen, you already listened, so never mind.
Subscribe. You know what to do, people. I'm not going to go through it again. We will see you next time. Oh no, my mouse. There we go. Peace.